At the beginning of the story, we see a girl named Maddie, who is 35 years old. Actually, Maddie's mother has taken a house on loan, but now her mother is no more in this world and her father lives separately from her, so Maddie now has to pay the home loan. Maddie works as an auto driver at night to earn money and works part-time in a bar during the day. But today a government employee starts seizing her car from her house because she was not able to pay the installment of the house this time, so that government employee starts taking her car. But this government employee is Maddie's ex-boyfriend, so she tries to convince him so that he does not take the car. Now Maddie says to seduce him that I still like you, but then that government employee sees a man coming out of Maddie's house with whom Maddie slept last night. Seeing him, that government employee takes Maddie's car in anger and leaves. After this, Maddie is working in a bar where her best friend and her husband also work. Maddie tells him about her problems. She tells her that her car has been confiscated, so how will she drive at night and how will she pay her home loan? Maddie's friend shows her a job listing of a rich family in which a rich family is looking for a beautiful girl for their 18-year-old only son who can date him. In return, they are giving him an expensive car. Maddie finds out that they are looking for girls aged 20 to 25 years, but she is 35 years old. Still, she decides to try this job because right now she has to pay the home loan somehow. The next day Maddie reaches Samir's house where she meets the couple who had put up an ad for their son. They tell her that their son is 18 years old whose name is Percy, but he is very shy and strange by nature. He has very few friends and he spends the whole day playing video games in his room. They tell her that Percy has no experience of talking to girls, drinking alcohol or partying. He is very innocent and Percy is a boy who lives in his comfort zone. So his parents want him to date Maddie and boost his confidence so that he can become smart before going to Princeton University. They are worried that if their son does not live a little freely before going to college, his personal life will be affected. Percy's parents wanted to hire a young girl for this job, but Maddie convinces them that she is right for this job. Percy's parents agree to her and ask her to become Percy's girlfriend and make Percy smart. They also ask Maddie to get intimate with Percy and tell Maddie that Percy should not know about the deal that has been made between them under any circumstances. After this, Maddie borrows her friend's husband's car and goes to the animal shelter, where Percy wears a beautiful dress to attract volunteers. Maddie pretends to adopt a dog and asks Percy to show the dog. Then Percy shows her the dog and then Percy asks Maddie to fill a form. Percy takes Maddie to his office so that he can know why Maddie wants to adopt a dog. Here Maddie, instead of filling the form, starts flirting with Percy. This makes Percy nervous. Percy does not understand anything, so he tries to go home quickly, but Maddie offers to drop him in her van. Percy says that he has brought a bicycle and tries to leave by making an excuse. Then Maddie stops him and puts his bicycle in her van, due to which he is left with no other option and he has to sit in the van and go with Maddie. Here Percy thinks that Maddie has kidnapped him, and when she starts taking him to her house instead of taking him to her house, Percy gets nervous. When Maddie stops the car near her house, Percy takes out pepper spray from his bag and sprays it on her face, due to which Maddie gets out of the car and starts writhing in pain and tells Percy that she was not kidnapping him, but only wanted to go on a date with him, and also praises him. Hearing this, Percy brings water for her with which she cleans her face and eyes. Percy tells her that he also wants to go on a date with her. At night, Maddie takes Percy to a bar, but Percy comes in half pants, seeing which everyone starts laughing. Then Percy and Maddie start talking. Percy does not drink, so both of them drink juice. Then a boy comes who is Maddie's ex-boyfriend. He shows his wedding ring and says that since Maddie has gone away from my life has changed and I have started living a lot happier. He warns Percy to stay away from Maddie. Saying this, he goes away. Maddie tells Percy that he was a drunkard, so I left him. After this, Maddie brings Percy to a beach where there is no one at night. Maddie asks Percy to take off his clothes so that she can go to him. They could take a bath in the sea, but Percy gets scared. So Maddie takes off her clothes in front of him and goes into the water. Maddie calls Percy too. Seeing her, Percy gathers courage and takes off his clothes and goes into the water. They both are about to do something when 3 drunk boys and girls of Percy's age come and steal their clothes kept on the shore, which contains their wallet, phone and keys. Maddie tries to stop them from doing this, but when they start taking the stuff, Maddie comes out of the water without clothes and starts fighting with the 3. Then the 3 get scared and return their stuff. When Maddie goes back into the water, Percy gets upset seeing Maddie's violent behavior towards them and tells her that she should not fight like this. Maddie tells him that if I had not stopped them, they would have run away with our stuff. Then Maddie starts coming close to Percy, but he steps back, due to which Maddie gets out of the water in anger and wears her clothes. Then she starts her car and starts leaving. Percy comes to her and apologizes. Maddie gives him his clothes and then takes him to her house. Maddie tries to seduce Percy again. She even dances to bring him closer to her, but Percy doesn't come to her. Then Maddie asks him to dance in the same way. Actually, Maddie wanted that her deal with Percy's parents should be completed soon and she should get an expensive car. That's why she wanted to get close to Percy soon. But Percy wanted to know Maddie well first and doesn't want to get intimate with her before that. But Percy kisses Maddie for the first time. Meanwhile, Maddie's eyes go to the blisters on Percy's back. Seeing this, she applies lotion on his back. Percy tells Maddie that before you came, I used to stay at home because my friends used to make fun of me and I was scared of talking to girls. That was the reason why I didn't like to go out. Maddie also tells Percy about herself, due to which a connection starts forming between the two. After this, Maddie and Percy continue to date. They get to know more about each other and their friendship starts to deepen. They both play together, roam around and have fun. Slowly Percy starts opening up to the outside world. Maddie teaches him to enjoy life and live freely. Then that night both of them go for dinner in a luxurious restaurant where Percy plays the piano on Maddie's request. Everyone likes it very much and people start praising him. Maddie also gets very happy to see Percy's piano playing skills. In the same restaurant, Percy meets his school friend who invites him to a bachelor party that is happening tonight and then leaves. Maddie sees them talking and feels a little jealous inside. After this, Maddie tells Percy that she will leave the city in a few days. Hearing this, Percy gets angry and leaves to go to his friend's bachelor party. Maddie also sits in the car with him and tries to stop him, but Percy asks his driver to drive fast and starts drinking. Then Maddie and Percy reach the party venue by car. Percy gets out of the car and leaves Maddie alone in the car and goes inside the party. Maddie also follows Percy inside, but the people present there are of Percy's age and everyone starts making fun of Maddie by calling her auntie, but ignoring all these things, Maddie starts looking for Percy. She finds out that Percy is in a room with the same girl who had invited her to the party. But Maddie sees that the door of the room is closed, so she shouts and asks them to open the door, but when they don't open the door, Maddie forcefully breaks the door and goes inside. There she sees that Percy is sitting on the bed with the same girl. However, they don't do anything. Maddie sees that Percy is unwell because he had drunk too much alcohol. She takes Maddie to the bathroom to make him vomit. Then the parents of the children also come there and Percy is asked to leave from there, so Maddie takes Percy with her and leaves from there. They both are going in the car when Percy tells her that he is ready to be close to her and I love you. Hearing this, Maddie feels that Percy is very drunk and this is not the right time for them to get intimate, so she refuses. The next day, Percy's parents notice that he has become more confident and smart now, which makes them very happy. Percy tells them that he does not want to go to Princeton University anymore because he has got a girlfriend named Maddie and he wants to stay with her. Hearing this, Percy's parents get upset because they wanted Percy to become smart before going to Princeton University, but now when he does not want to go to the university, their plan starts getting spoiled, so Percy's parents call Maddie and ask her to meet them and tell her that the work for which she was hired is done, so now she has nothing to do with Percy and she can take the expensive car as per the deal. But unfortunately, Percy is going out with his father's car to learn driving, but the phone is connected to the car, so he hears their conversation and he comes to know the truth about Maddie. He is heartbroken to hear this and he cannot believe that the girl whom he thought was his girlfriend was hired by his parents parents for him. The next day Percy invites Maddie to meet his parents for lunch. Percy's parents try to show in front of him as if they had never seen Maddie before. Percy also does not reveal that he knows the whole truth. Then Percy gets a call from his friend who volunteers, comes out of the house at the animal shelter with him and takes the car given to Maddie to the forest with his friend. Percy and his friend push the car against a tree, which damages the car badly. Percy does all this so that he can take revenge for Maddie's betrayal. When Percy returns home, he tries to get close to Maddie. Maddie agrees because she was about to end everything, but Percy is saddened by Maddie's betrayal. So he stops and tells Maddie that he has come to know everything about the deal between her and her parents. Percy is very angry and now he doesn't even want to see Maddie because Maddie pretended to love him. Maddie tries to explain to him that she did all this under compulsion, but Percy doesn't listen to her and Maddie leaves from there. She also gets a car given by Percy's parents, which Percy has it. Here Percy attacks his parents. He gets very angry and asks them to let him live his life the way he wanted to. He starts spending most of his time in his room like before and starts playing video games and does not answer any of Maddie's messages or calls. Meanwhile, Maddie gets the car given by Percy's parents repaired and collects the money to pay off her home loan. In this happiness, she throws a party for her friend and her husband, but her friend tells her that she is going to be a mother and so they are looking for a new house because before this they were living at their parents' house. On hearing this, Maddie sells her house to them at a low price because Maddie did not want to live in this city anymore and now she was going to shift to California. After this, Maddie goes to meet Percy at his house because she feels bad for him, but Percy is not there. She takes his address from his parents and goes to meet him, but Percy still refuses to talk to her. Then Maddie apologizes to him and tries to convince him. Finally, Percy forgives her and then tells Maddie that she is pregnant. She tells him that she is going to California. Hearing this, Percy is happy for her. After this, on the day when Percy is going to Princeton University, he packs his backpack and says goodbye to his parents. Before going to California, Maddie comes to pick him up from the university and then both of them leave together. With this the movie ends. Do share your opinion on this in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel by liking and sharing the video and press the bell icon so that you do not miss the upcoming movies explanation. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.